It's noon. Welcome everybody. And as people roll into Lunch Without Lunch, it's been quite some time since I've had the honor and pleasure of hosting this hour. You're used to in recent months seeing Amber's face, she's on holiday. So I welcome you all. I am the community manager for Rainforest in Calgary. I have been working in the background of Rainforest quite a bit on some other pieces and not able to host just due to some other contract work, but really happy to be here today and to meet any of you who I have not met before. Please feel free to reach out. I'll put my LinkedIn in the chat and you're welcome to do the same. Just a show of using the reaction button or your actual hand. Who is new to the Rainforest today? Nobody? Oh yes, Kevin, welcome Kevin. Anybody, any other newcomers today? Well, we ask that you, Andy, you're new, great to have you. If you wouldn't mind sharing your LinkedIn in the chat and your or any information you prefer to share there, and some of the avid rainforesters would like to give you a warm welcome. I am going to share my screen here. Who do we have from Edmonton in co-hosting role here today? Anyone?
I'm here. I don't know if I'm co-host, but so good to see you.
Good to see you too, Gail. Well, that's okay. You don't have to. I'm happy to do it. It's been a long time since I have. So I'm just
I normally co-host next week, but if I can get a jump on things, this is always a good thing. So I'd be happy to do so today.
Let's let you do that. Okay, well, we'll start with our land acknowledgement here. I'm just gonna, actually, I didn't share my sound. See, I'm so not used to this. Amber's so good at the stuff. Bridget's behind the times. Just one moment while I decide to share my sound this time, and we'll get right into a land acknowledgement, a video that has been being used throughout the city and is quite impactful. So we'll use it again here today. Except for now, I have completely lost my share screen. Where did it go? Come on. Sorry, guys. Does this ever happen to you when you share your screen and then your Zoom disappears? If you stop and do it again.
You are amongst friends.
I am amongst friends.
Okay.
That's good. I will just share while I fumble through this sharing of screen here that today is a day dedicated to networking, getting to know each other. I don't even like the word networking, actually, just getting to know each other, building trust with each other, learning about what others are doing in the community. This is the magic of the rainforest, and something we tend to run out of time for every week. And so we're going to do that today. But I'm sorry, I'm having like a complete and utter come apart here with my share screen. It will not let me see. Can you see the slides right now?
No, it says
not yet. Click on your picture, Bridget. Try that.
I am. It's just, I don't know. My computer has been very, it's old and finicky. So on that, maybe what we're going to do is just head on into breakout rooms. Yeah, I apologize. I've been having computer problems for the last few days, actually, and haven't had time to deal with them. So it's either my computer or more likely me, but let's just leave it at that. If you're new to the rainforest is all about building a culture of trust and raising each other up. So that's why we're going to take this hour to connect. To make the most of the hour, we ask that you please turn your camera on if you're comfortable in doing so, especially when we get into those breakout rooms. If you're eating lunch, you're also in a safe space. I can be terrible with computers and you can eat your lunch while networking. It's okay. We will spend about 5 to 7 minutes in each room. And so you can take the time to get to know folks in that room, and we'll make them a little bit bigger so that there's lots of opportunity for different conversations, but spend a little more time in each one. And then as you're doing that, I will figure out my share screen and we'll maybe come back for a belated intro after our first room. So we can talk about what you're up to, why you're curious about the innovation sector, and or what you're working on within the innovation sector. If you need help with anything, or if you'd like to offer your assistance to others in the group. So I'm gonna just get right into these breakout rooms here. And
Bridget, yes. Before we launch into breakouts, actually, could I share an Alberta-wide announcement?
Sure, we'll have announcements at the end of the hour as well for anyone
Understood.
who'd like to share, but for sure,
Okay.
go ahead, Gail.
Okay, well, so the Aztec Awards call for nominations is out. So the Aztec Awards are the Alberta Science and Technology Awards. It was founded by an outstanding team in Calgary and went across the province. And now Technology Alberta is helping carry on this tradition that's been in place for over 30 years. And so the opportunity is to nominate any worthy candidates that are outstanding researchers or that are people in companies having outstanding innovations in many different areas. So go to the aztec.ca website for more information. I'll put a link later. But we are looking for Alberta-wide support and want to celebrate all our outstanding individuals. So thank you, Bridget, for
Awesome.
that. And I'll put more
Thanks, Gail.
information later.
Yeah, sure. Throw it in the chat. That'd be great. Okay, so the rooms are open. You can head on in. We'll see you back in about 7-ish minutes. The solution for now. So I think you can see my screen right now, but not in full screen, and that's okay. So I did just want to call out the elephant in the room, as we say in the Rainforest Social Contract. I just was racing from meeting to meeting. It was not on my game. And so here we are, and I'd like to acknowledge the lands that we live and work and play upon throughout the Edmonton and Calgary region. So for those in Calgary, the traditional territories of the Blackfoot Confederacy, the Tsuut'ina, the Stoney Nakoda Nations, and the Métis Nation Region 3. And for all those who make their home in Treaty 7 region. And for those in Edmonton, we acknowledge the traditional lands of the Treaty 6 territory of the Cree, Dene, Blackfoot, Saulteaux, Nakota Sioux, and as well as the Métis. If you are on other traditional territories today, please do share that land acknowledgement in the chat. And we put out the offer every week, but never get any uptake. So if you would like to share a land acknowledgement that means something special to you, we would ask that you please do so. Just reach out to Amber and I and share that with us. So I won't be able to share the rainforest video on this in this format, but I did want to share those are our handles on social media and just share a little bit about the culture that we try to build in the rainforest, which if I know there are a couple of few new people in the room, we all live, work, and play upon our I guess in alignment with the social contract. And I can throw that in the chat later. If you haven't signed the social contract, it's values that we agree to live by. And we, once you sign that social contract, you'll gain access to our online community, who are 3,000 plus members now. So that's really exciting.
We're also working. Click on that slide, Bridget.
Oh no, I'm not, sorry. I'm not sharing the video, the next one, Peter. So that's okay. Just talking. Just rambling right now. I'll put the social contract in the chat after. But also just wanted to make the community aware of some things that are happening in the background here at Rainforest that you do not see at Lunch Without Lunch or in the Slack channel. We are onboarding, we've talked about it a bit if you attend some of our other events, we are onboarding the community to a new platform called Spontively. Both Edmonton and Calgary Rainforest will be joining that platform, and it's a community platform that was founded out of a team in Edmonton and Winnipeg, but they are now partially based in Tampa, Florida. But it will be a new way for us all to connect and share resources. So you can look forward to that in the coming months. We'll begin to slowly onboarding community members so that we can all do it intentionally and learn how the tool works. Some other exciting things that are happening are some new language around our social contract. I made reference to the elephant in the room. That is part of our honesty value, which is that I will be truthful and frank. I will break rules and call out the elephants in the room. Well, that language is not really accessible to all, especially those who are new to English. Elephants in a room may sound kind of weird. There's some other language in our social contract that comes from when it was created years ago by select few who may not be representative of who is in the ecosystem today. And so we're working with various groups to make the language on our website and our social contract and other assets more accessible to newcomers and to the diverse populations that exist in the ecosystem. So that is just a little inkling of work that is happening. We've also just landed a date for an event. The registration page isn't there, but you can save the date for the full afternoon of November 23rd. where we'll be working with our partners at Unbounded Thinking on looking at new ways to build a more diverse leaders in the ecosystem. So that'll be a really exciting event being held during Innovation Week. For those of you new to the ecosystem, Innovation Week, which is that week of November 23rd. The 23rd is the Wednesday, which will be an exciting week in Calgary with lots of events and a really fun party celebrating some of the hottest startups in the city. So those are just a few little updates from Rainforest that I thought I'd throw out there while we all came back to this main room. And just another little reminder, if you haven't already, to introduce yourself in the chat. And as we go into these breakout rooms, continue to share what you're working on, what you need help with, or what you can help others with. Have your camera on. Don't be shy to ask questions. And that Rainforest Slack channel is there once you sign the social contract. We were having technical glitches with our onboarding process. So if you sign the social contract and you don't gain access to the Slack channel, just reach out to us, info@rainforestab.ca, and we'll help you get on board there. As part of our new messaging and everything around the website, we'll probably end up with a new website with hopefully a much better onboarding process, or hopefully our new Spontively platform will take care of that. So we'll see where that goes. And recordings normally when we have presentations are on our YouTube channel. We won't be posting today as it's just the networking group. So any questions, comments, concerns before we head into another group? No dice, don't be shy.
Looks great.
All right, okay, we'll open another room and we'll see you in about 7-8 minutes. Now time for community announcements. So if there's anything you'd like to announce and share with the rest of the group, now is the time. Trevor, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Bridget. So it was great chatting with a few folks today. I think I almost had a chance to chat with almost everyone. I wanted to just mention that if anyone's interested in learning more about patents, I will be hosting a webinar on September 21st. And so I'll put a link in the chat to register. I run a firm called the IP Link, which is not a law firm, but we help startups and entrepreneurs with the preparation around, starting to get that patent and starting to understand what you might be able to patent and how and why you would even want to, which are some of those key questions that sometimes get skipped when you go straight to the lawyer. So if you're interested in learning more about that, or if you think maybe a patent would make sense for your business or for yourself for some reason, then yeah, I'd love to teach you more about it on the 21st. So it's a free webinar. Feel free to join. And if you have questions in the meantime, I'm also happy to answer those as well. So.
Wonderful. And we've had you share some of your knowledge at Lunch About Lunch before, Trevor. So yeah, he's a wealth of it. Definitely check that out. We also have Marnie here, who's an IP advisor. So lots of IP folks here to help. Any other announcements?
Sure, I'll jump in with one. Wade Walker, ex of University of Calgary, is running a data management conference live for the first time in 2 years in Calgary, October 3rd and 4th. Really great lineup of speakers, including my own good self and my buddy from Armenia. So if anybody's interested in anything from knowledge graphs to data-centric revolution via Dave McComb, it's going to be a really, really cool conference. So that's for me. Thanks.
John, if you have any info you can throw in the chat, if you haven't already, that would be great.
Okay, I'll grab the
and share it in Slack after.
Yeah, thanks, Bridget.
Awesome. Anyone else? Al, do you want to do a shout out for the podcast?
Yes, thank you, Bridget. So the Leaders, Innovators, and Big Ideas podcast for Rainforest, Alberta. We are at, I think, episode. Oh, I should check what episode we're on, but we've been around for 3 years now, I think, and was it 2019? Yeah, and so we're looking for hosts and guests as well as sponsors. So if you are interested in being a part of this great podcast, please do not hesitate to reach out to me, and we'll get you being a host or a guest or a sponsor.
Awesome.
If Dave Wally's still online, Dave, why don't you tell us your interesting news?
Well, I just think it's news that kids are headed back to school, and in school, as part of the curriculum, at all grade levels. They're starting to learn coding and robotics, and even more so after school in clubs. Robotics is being taught, and these kids are all headed for the Alberta job market sooner or later. They know about Raspberry Pis, which cost $50. They're fully connectable to the internet. They know about Arduinos, and there's huge amounts of software and project plans for Arduinos. And I just think Alberta technology needs to get ready.
All right. Thanks for sharing, David. I've also just thrown in the chat that Founder Fridays is back with Craig Elias. They have the executive director of Techstars in Austin on Friday. These are always really well attended events, free books being tossed out everywhere. It's just good fun and good content. So check that out. Have a great week, everyone. It is the top of the hour, so we will wrap it up. Yes.
Before you go, do you
Yep.
say you have a Slack channel as well?
We do. Yep. Once you sign the social contract, you should receive access to it. And if you don't, just send us an email. I'm just going to throw the email in the chat, and
Okay.
we'll help onboard you manually. Because of
That'd be great.
all right. Well, have a great week,
Thank you.
everyone. It's the top of the hour. We'll let you get on with the day, and see you next Wednesday.